Look at all this loot! DJ, none for you! Welcome back, I'm Captain Xavier, and today we're going to be going over some of the various grenades and landmine options that I've been sent, specifically showing the kind of the evolution of the landmines and some of the upgrades to some of the grenades. But first, let's watch them attempt to blow up some zombies. That was impressive. On the bounce! Alright, so admittedly they're clearly not designed to efficiently take out bowling pin-shaped zombies in an open field, but it really kind of demonstrates how the different firing mechanisms work. So let's talk about the evolution of the landmines. The original one was either clacker detonated or tripwire. The next iteration had an IR sensor that had been clearly hacked into it. They kind of cut holes kind of kludgily. And it would still work with a tripwire, but it no longer worked with a clacker. The board in there isn't connected at all. It does still have the board. Hypothetically, you could rewire it to use a clacker. It came with a clacker. It just doesn't actually work. And then we have the newest one, which instead of being kind of kludgied on, they have 3D printed this nice little box that sits on there and has a switch to switch it from remote or IR. And then it has the IR sensor. And it still can use a tripwire, and it does come with a clacker. Annoyingly, the clacker that came with this one doesn't work. It just didn't work out of the box. Luckily, I had a working one from both of these, and this one can't even use it. So I have two mines that take a clacker and two working clackers. So I'm okay, but in the event that you should get a bad clacker, definitely reach out to them, and hopefully they'll do something about it. They seem to be, decent. Their customer service is not great, but, you know, it's in China, so anyway, be aware of, that. Anyway, I really like the design of this one. One thing that I will note is that there is still a switch on the inside that turns on and off the remote, as well as having to flip this switch. And when you're reloading, it's not terribly difficult to accidentally flip that. So if when you turn it to remote, the light doesn't come on like you're expecting it to, be sure to check this switch. It needs to be in. So I ran into that while testing. The IR works just fine. You turn it to the IR and then you push the activate button on the side, and that's how you know that it is activated. So when you push it, the light will quit blinking, and then when it goes off, the light will blink again. When you have it on remote, the light blinks the whole time, which might give away the mine. You could put a bit of tape over that if you really wanted to. But other than that, it operates the same. However, the packaging and what they send with it is a little bit different. One, it comes in this nice, fancy-looking box with a carry handle and everything. There's a hole in my box. Tragic. Anyway, it does come with the tripwire and the little, dispenser for winding it back up again. That is neat. It does come with extra covers for the IR sensor for when that gets scuffed or dirty. They sent you extras of those. That is neat. You get the charging cable for the rechargeable battery that it comes with. It comes with a little package of the original intended ammo, which are these little water BBs that I assume swell up when you pour them in water. It does come with a screwdriver for removing the battery door. That is very considerate of them. And another feature is like, well, that's just good customer service on their part, or good policy. They send you an extra key, the pin, the lock. They send you an extra one of those because that's going to get broken, that's going to get lost, and without it, it's really easy to accidentally set this thing off. So the fact that they now send you a spare one of those, I think is actually really cool of them. So I love the evolution of these. they're not terribly practical in a lot of Nerf applications, but with what I'm hoping to do in the future with the Makerspace and my own Nerf arena, these could actually be really, really useful. And I have some ideas for game modes that involve trying to get to the clacker and activating the mine, because whoever gets, they will pair with whatever mine is currently available. And now I do have 2 of them. I can actually test and see if you can pair multiple mines together, or what happens if you have multiple mines activated at the same time when you turn the clacker on. I'm going to test that right now, because I'm curious. Okay. So, if we now turn on the clacker, the light will turn off to indicate that it's linked, and now every time we push the clacker, that goes off. Let's test the other one, which I hope has battery. It does! Interesting. Well, what do you know? They do pair individually. So it doesn't look like you can rig one detonator to one clacker to multiple mines. Well, let's see what happens if we turn them both on and then turn the clacker on. Interesting. Yeah, no, it will only pair with one at a time. That is fascinating. Okay. Well, that is actually a better design than I expected. Now, it would be kind of useful to be able to pair multiple clackers, but it also means that you can't hijack your opponent's landmine by walking up and turning on your own clacker after they've already paired theirs to it. So, oh, well done there, whoever designed these. So, that's the new landmines. That is nifty. Now let's take a look at these grenades. Now, this is once again an example of I'm impressed at how much the companies or the designers seem to pay attention to the reviews that we give, because one of the complaints that I had, and I'm sure other people had when reviewing the original one, was that it required a tool to be able to change the time setting, and that the gasket, the O-ring that controls the timer, would wear out fairly quickly, and then you'd have pretty much an instantaneous fire instead of a delayed fire like it's supposed to have. In the newer version, not only did they include a thumb screw so that you can easily adjust the time of the grenade, so simple as that, now you can change how long it takes the grenade to go off. They also included the tool to swap it out, because it comes with just a regular one and then the parts. So they came with a little wrench so you could take the old screw out and put the thumb screw in, and it came with extra O-rings, 4 extra O-rings, because they know those are going to wear out. Now, I was able to source them at a local hardware store, but the fact that they include them now really suggests to me that, oh, hey, what do you know? They listen to our reviews and they will actually improve things. Kind of like when we complained that this one didn't use a clacker, and they came out with this one that the clacker now works. Like, weeks later. I like that. So those are both pretty cool. The spread on those isn't as impressive as I was hoping, though. If you get it really close to your opponent, it'll go off. It really almost needs to be air burst, and I think that's just a matter of the ammunition. I may try other ammunitions and see if any of them fling better, but Rival Rounds didn't seem to fly very well, from what I could tell. Now, these ones have an excellent distance, but the dispersal is kind of odd because it's impact and it'll hit here, and these ones will fly and those ones won't fly. And the 2 different versions I have the first one, which I loved because it's in my colors. And that just tickled me. And then they sent me a clear one, but as far as I can tell, they are functionally identical. And this one I will probably tint orange, just so that it will at least be vaguely in my colors. But yeah, they all will fit nicely in AA K pouches. Even the big ones will fit into a AA K pouch, so if that's what you've got on your vest, they will work. The spoons will fit into Molly, though being plastic, it's fairly decent plastic, but you still do run the risk of breaking that if you put it in your gear and then something snags on it or something. But you can slide it into your Molly loop, so you can just pull it out, pull the pin, and throw it. They don't come with extra pins, though it wouldn't be difficult to fabricate a pin, and you could probably find similar pins, again, at a hardware store. It looks to be just about 16, maybe 20, or 16, maybe 14 gauge wire. So you could even wire your own, just wrap your own if you really needed to. And you might consider adding a string that attaches to the grenade so that you can't lose the pin, but then you're flinging metal on a string when you throw the grenade, which, not a great idea. Anyway, yeah, I really like them. I like grenades, and I do have plans, like I said, for the Makerspace where grenades and landmines could be actually functional. I also have ideas for how to make mortars and long-range artillery type things functional in that game setting. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the options that are now available. So anyway, let me know what you think of the evolution of these and how they've made improvements, and any improvements you would like to see, because I can send that to them and go, hey, how about this feature? How about that feature? So let me know. All of these items were sent to me by NF Strike or Tactical X-Men or Lytake. I'll have links to some of the ones down in the description, or you can cruise those sites. Like I said, they're also available on Amazon and Out of Darts and several other places now. So if you need them really quickly, Amazon or Out of Darts are a faster location. NF Strike is probably going to be a little bit cheaper, but that's kind of the trade-off. Fast shipping or cheaper. You can't have them both. All right. Thank you for watching.